what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. So Walter Scott's famous phrase captures so much of the Scott Morrison government across a range of issues. Sadly, and most recently, it captures their response to the alleged rape of Brittany Higgins by a senior male colleague in Parliament House in March 2019. Brittany spoke about the alleged rape with journalist Lisa Wilkinson of The Project on the 15th of February 2021. During the interview, Brittany stated, "There is a strange culture of silence in the parties. The idea of speaking out on these sorts of issues, especially around election campaign, is just like letting the team down. You are not a team player." Since that interview, the story has evolved, and as I'm recording this, we've just heard of the fourth alleged victim of the same perpetrator has come forward. Scott Morrison has publicly apologised. He's announced 4 different investigations, and Defence Minister Linda Reynolds has also apologised and ended up bursting into tears in Parliament. It was her office where the alleged rape took place. Serious questions and doubts, though, are rightly still hanging over the Scott Morrison government, not least due to Brittany's claim that people who now work in the Prime Minister's office knew of her allegations in early 2019. Are we supposed to believe that Prime Minister really did not know these allegations until 15th of February 2021, as he's claimed? Was he really not told prior? On the 17th of February 2021, Louise Milligan, ABC Four Corners investigative reporter, asked a series of very pointed questions on Twitter. I suggest you pause the video here and read them, but they speak directly to Brittany's reference of a strange culture of silence. Friend to Reclaim the News and former public servant and researcher Steve Davis shared with us his deep insights into public service culture and organisational development. Contacting the ABC News management, the managing director and the board, during the same period Brittany says she was contacted by the Prime Minister's fixer, Yaron Finkelstein. It's not a coincidence. This was around the time the Four Corners Inside of the Camp Bubble documentary was due to be aired. Grilling the ABC managing director when staff knew of the alleged rape is no coincidence either, Steve told us. The intent is to manage information and channels to contain risk and manage reputation. This is a reflection of a deeply risk-averse culture amplified by the culture of politics. This has got even worse under the Morrison government. One only has to look at the resistance to transparency to understand that. So if risk aversion has got to the point where the PM is not asking for more information and staff are not moving beyond their inform on a need-to-know basis, it's likely this practice has been normalised because it provides plausible deniability and protection. It's dysfunctional, a form of institutional paranoia. Brittany posed a risk, and particularly during an election campaign in 2019. She posed a reputational risk to the Morrison government and indeed the administration and management of Parliament itself. What we are seeing in the treatment of Brittany parallels something researcher Steve Davis knows only too well. He says the same treatment is dished out to people who become whistleblowers. The pattern is this: when people in good faith and a lot of internal struggling try to present information that's perceived embarrassing or threatening, they are closely managed and treated as the problem. Such people are ethical, smart, and they love their work. They're usually shocked and damaged by the way they're treated. Brittany's crime? Reporting an alleged rape and lifting the lid on misogyny and power in the Australian government. So what needs to happen now? Politicians and staff, Parliament itself needs to face up to the reality that there are a lot of issues and problems with political culture and behaviour that are toxic and treated as undiscussable. And this is going to be solved by any one of Scott Morrison's 4 not independent inquiries he's currently launching. They need to come to grips with the fact that political culture is riddled with moral disengagement. They need to realise that these cultural factors result in many otherwise good people doing bad things. Lastly, they need to realise that due to the role of government, that toxic mix poisons policy making and it damages our society. In short, it has real life consequences